Hey everybody, Brad here, Wild Boys Brewery. Hope everybody's having a good one. Today what I'm going to do is review one of my home brews. It is my Czar's Revenge Russian Imperial Stout. This is the part of the gallon that I had that didn't have anything extra put in it. The other stuff's not ready to drink yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and check this one out. Okay. Looks like we got some massive carbonation going on here. Pouring out a beautiful, super tight bubble, khaki colored head. I can smell the roasted malts and the chocolate all the way from over here just pouring it. Alright, with a gentle pour, looks like I got about 2.5 fingers of head on it. So when I went to go transfer this over into the secondary, I was thinking I was going to be able to fit everything in the 5 gallons of containers I had, and I actually wound up having about a gallon left over that wouldn't fit in anything, so I wasn't really prepared to bottle at that moment. So what I did was I went ahead and just sanitized some bottles. I wound up having 10 12-ounce bottles, and I used the Cooper's carbonation drops, which probably wasn't the best choice, but it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I had them, I went ahead and used them. I've used them before with pretty good luck. Looks like those things kind of over carbonated the beer just a little bit, but there's only 9 of them left now because I already drank one the other day. So let's go ahead and check this out. It smells wonderful. Roasted malts, chocolate, coffee. It's got a really, really rich, dark kind of roasted malt smell to it. Bittersweet chocolate. Picking up some dark fruit notes in it. Just kind of seeing if the head would just come down just a little bit more here. I'm going to go ahead and get a drink on it. That's the appearance, is just solid pitch black. You can see absolutely no light through it whatsoever. It is a super dark beer. Russian Imperial Stout, you'd expect that. Great looking yogurt head, super tight bubbles. Got some big bubbles in it, but mostly tight. Gonna give you the nose. Let's get a taste on it. Cheers. Very nice. Follows the nose perfectly. Chocolate, coffee, roasted malts. Super creamy mouthfeel on it. Velvety texture. Thickness is about where I wanted it to be. It's on the very high end of medium to the lower bottom end of thick mouthfeel. I knew it would have turned out a lot thicker, but I added a pound of honey to it to boost the ABV on it to hit my numbers, because I lost some efficiency in my mash tun when I brewed it. And then putting the honey in it put it where it needed to be. You can't really taste the honey in it, but you can tell by the mouthfeel that it's in there, because the honey kind of finishes the beer off dry, but it's got lots of residual sugars left in it from the crystal and stuff that was in it, so it's like actually probably more well balanced than it would have been if I had not put the honey in there. Tastes great. It's very mellow, very smooth. It's got a great balance. It's just out of the fridge, but I do already know from drinking one of them yesterday. This is a 9.2% alcohol beer, and you get no alcohol in it whatsoever. It's a very nice recipe. Head is just sticking around for days on this thing. It's got some pretty good lacing. I was gonna see. I know it's probably a little more overcarbonated for the style than it should be. These Cooper's carbonation drops they're okay. I don't recommend using them. I recommend batch priming. That's what I normally do. Excuse me. They will make you do that if you put them in there. I had them. They're not really a good way to use. They're not really a good product to use to try to get a specific volume of CO2 in there, unless you got a digital scale and you break them up, which defeats the whole purpose of using them to get the certain amount of sugar in each beer. I think that's a pain in the ass doing it by the bottle, so I batch prime. But it worked pretty good. I was only going to have 10 of these anyway. I'm down to 9 now, I think. I had 11 total, I believe is what it was. 10 or 11 now. This is the second one I've drank. You just have to, they want to come out of the bottle when you open them because they're a little bit overcarbonated. You open them up and then about 5 seconds later they start foaming. It doesn't shoot out, but it starts rising up. So you kind of have to have your glass ready. So I did. I knew that from last time because I was sitting up here at the table when I opened it up and it come out on the table before I could get it in the glass. The next ones aren't going to be like that because I'm going to batch prime them. If you use those Cooper's carbonation drops, they call them lollies, and you have good luck with them, and more power to you. They're basically something I just use in a pinch. They worked okay though. Making the head stick around for a great amount of time. That's a 9.2% alcohol beer, and it's still got a 2.5 finger head on it. Several minutes after opening it up. Let's see, we're going on almost 5 minutes now, and it's still got a massive head on it. Tastes great. Kind of reminds me of Old Rasputin a little bit. Doesn't quite have the depth of flavor profile that one does. After it warms up, it's got more, but this I actually probably like this one a little bit better because I brewed it myself, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Very drinkable. To be a 9.2% beer, it drinks more like a 6% beer. I kind of compare it to Highland Brewing Black Mocha Stout, but it doesn't actually have the coffee in it. And of course, it's got a lot more body than that beer does because that beer is only like a 5-something alcohol beer, and this one's almost twice that. I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. I'm looking forward to trying the ones with the vanilla bean rum and oak chip, and vanilla bean bourbon and oak chip. I'll be checking those out here in a couple months, letting you know how they turn out. Just the base beer by itself is awesome. Very happy with the way it turned out. I'll probably wind up brewing this one again and doing a similar type of experiment with it. Next time I break it up, I'll pick out whichever one I like the best, and then I'll probably wind up doing half the batch plain, or one gallon plain, and then 2 gallons one way and 3 gallons the other, or something like that. Hope you enjoyed the review though. Sorry to ramble on so. Just really enjoying this beer. Drinkability is awesome on this thing. It just drinks so nice and smooth. No alcohol on it whatsoever. But that's Wild Boys Brewery, Russian Imperial Stout, the Czar's Revenge. The recipe is a direct copy of the Czar's Revenge from Brewing Classic Styles. Turned out great. Hope you enjoyed the review. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, and brew beer, drink beer, and enjoy your beer. Cheers.